Hey everyone, thanks for joining in for another Verizon training session. In this one, we're going to be really focused on the driver aspect and we'll look at the work plan application and show you as a driver how you can start your day, complete your stops, check for on calls, and end your route. So let me go ahead and open up the work plan application. So I'm going to exit out of this Teams view and I'm going to click into work plan. And after I'd entered in my credentials, so my username, which could be my work email, and then my password, which is my employee ID, it's going to then take you, if you're about to start your day, to your vehicle list screen. And within this vehicle list screen, you'll see the vehicles in your territory, and you'll also see your name attached to the vehicle you've been assigned to. So in this example, since I am acting like a backup driver and for today, I'm going to select the first backup vehicle. But if I had a specific vehicle I was looking for, I can scroll down and I can see all the vehicles in the territory I work for. But again, I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to select my backup vehicle for the day. And once I do so, it's going to take me to this main menu page where I can see my jobs, forms, and vehicle. Now, let's just say in the last example, I accidentally selected the wrong vehicle. What you would do is you can go back into the vehicle page by clicking that, and you can have the option to switch your vehicle, which will then open up all these other vehicles. Again, the vehicles in your territory, or you can choose to stay in your current vehicle. In this example, we'll go ahead and we'll stay in our current vehicle, and now it will take us back to the main menu. What you want to do next is, in order to go ahead and start your day, we will click into jobs. And now what you're going to see is you're going to see the jobs that you have for today and onwards. And at the very top, you can see that's currently the filter I have set to viewing my jobs page. So currently the filter is for me to see all my pickups for today's date, May 27th and onwards. So if I scroll down, I can see pickups that I have for my Saturday route, and I can see pickups that I have for my Sunday route, as well as my Monday route. So I'm going to go back up here, and you can see to the left side of each job, there's the number of that job. So this is the sequence that the Verizon system wants you to complete your stops in. And just be careful because you can see that it's continuous numbers. So at the very bottom here at my end location for today, job number 6, if I go into Saturday, I see job number 7 for Saturday. So that's my jobs list, and this is my current filter. Now, we recommend that you all leave your filter to be set to today and onwards, because sometimes if you're a late overnight driver, some of your jobs may be pushed into the next day in the early AM. And that's because if you look at every job on my screen currently to the very right where it says the time, you can see that's the time that Verizon thinks you're going to arrive to that location. And this is updated in real time. So sometimes, if maybe you're running late or whatnot, if you have a late stop that maybe is originally anticipated to get there at 11:30, but you're running behind, the software might say, oh, this driver is going to actually get there at 12 a.m. the next day. So you'll see your job move over to the next day. That's just something to keep in mind if you're a late driver or an evening driver. Some of your jobs might move into the next day. Our team's currently working so that that doesn't happen, so that you're just seeing the jobs on your route for that day, but that's going to update down the line. So just keep this in mind. We recommend you leaving the filter to today and onwards, but if you had wanted to, and if you just wanted to filter to today's jobs, you can certainly do so by clicking the filter option to the date range. So at the very bottom, you can see my current filters for today and onwards, but if I click, I want to filter by date range, I click date range. It's going to ask me what my start date is. So let's say I just want to see today's jobs. I'll click on today as the start date, and today as the end date. And now you can see I'm only looking at jobs for today, Friday, May 27th. But again, we recommend you looking at today and onwards. So I'm going to click on filter, and I can choose to go back into today and onwards at the very top. And now when I do so, all my jobs are back and visible. So just keep in mind as you're going throughout your day and you're filling out these stops that you're on the correct date for your pickups if you're seeing multiple jobs across multiple days. Okay, so just make sure that when you're scrolling down, you are filling out jobs for the correct date. So let's show you how you can go about starting your day. So the very first stop that you'll always have is a depot stop. So you can see here I'm checking in at my local hub here in San Jose, California. So I'm going to click into that job. And what I want to do is I want to mark that I am on site at this job. So I'm going to click here and say I am on site at the job. And I'm going to scroll down. And now you can see there's a field for required forms. And I'm going to go ahead and fill out that field. And you see that I only have one required form, which is my vehicle safety check form. Very similar to what's in Sierra. So I'm going to click into that form, and it's going to ask me to fill out some questions. So I'm going to say I'm starting my day, my vehicle is free of samples, camera's in the right direction, I have no damage to my windshield or mirrors, my tires are inflated, the decal, the branding on the car is good, and my vehicle is clean both on the inside and the outside. Now it's going to ask you for some more specific questions. Do you have your gas card, the element card, which you do, insurance, and Easy Pass or Fast Track if you are here in California. And now if you have any comments, you can certainly add. So here you can click into this field and you can type in any comments that you may have. And then your team lead and supervisor can see that. What then you'll do next is you'll click into the signature and you'll sign off with your signature. I like to put my initials. And now with all the fields complete, I can submit my form. Now, there is one thing I do want to mention. Keep your eye out at the bottom. You see that there's a field for comments and signature, and you'll see an extra field based on an answer. So if I scroll back up, and if I choose in this option, are the mirrors free of damage? If I choose no, when I scroll back down, you're going to see a different additional entry, and it will say call your management team before you start. So that is just built in there so that if you do have any kind of vehicle damage and you click that off, you say that the vehicle is damaged, you then can call your team lead or supervisor to let them know, hey, I have some damage to my vehicle. Maybe I can use a backup vehicle for the day. So this is just a little reminder prompt for you and your team. So in this example, we'll go ahead and we'll click submit. And now what you're going to see is I'm back to my job detail page, but now there's a green check mark next to the vehicle safety check. And that means I completed this form. And once the form's complete, I can scroll back up. And then at the very top, you see to the right, there's the option to complete the stop. And once I have filled out my form, I can then click on complete. And it's going to take me back to my jobs page. And you're going to see that green check mark next to the job. And that means that, hey, I'm done with that for the day. Again, we can choose to filter our jobs to just see incomplete stops. So if I click on filter and I choose to view incomplete stops, now I'm seeing all my incomplete stops. So that previous stop, the vehicle safety check stop, is off of my page. Again, we recommend using today and onwards, so I'll choose that again. And now that job is back in. So now let's say I'm heading to my next location on my route, which is AB122. What I want to do So I'm all checked in at my hub. I will then, as I'm making my way to AB122, I'll click into that job and I'll click en route. So that means that it lets the system know, okay, I just completed my last stop and I am currently on my way to account AB122 in San Francisco, California. And then you just leave that as is. You click en route and then you go about your business driving to that location. Now, once you arrive at that location, so we'll pretend in this example, I just pulled up to the account. I'm in front of the place right now. I will click on site. And now the system knows I'm at the location. And in this example, we are at a routine live stop. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go ahead and fill out my pickup form. So I don't have a vehicle safety check form. I have a pickup form because this is an account. I'll click into there. And the first thing it's going to show me is it's going to show me that this is a routine live. Great. I don't have to click anything else. And it's going to ask me to verify if I'm at the right location. And in this example, I'm sure, okay, yep, I'm at the right spot. I'm going to click that check mark. Great. And then I'm going to scroll down and it's going to ask if I arrived within the planned time. So that time you were seeing earlier. And we were saying yes, great. It's going to ask if this stop is a barcode. In this example, we'll say it's a live. We pick up from the refrigerator. There's no barcode. We can say no. And we can enter in the account number. We can clear out that old field and type in the account number. Or if this place did have a barcode, you can click yes and then scan the barcode. So in this example, we'll just go ahead and we'll say, yeah, this place has a barcode. We'll click yes. We'll scan the barcode. So I've got a barcode here. I'm going to scan that. And then it's going to ask me to take a picture of this barcode. Now, the picture is a temporary thing. It's in the future, we won't ask you to take a picture of this barcode, but this is just currently because if we don't have this picture prompt, it will unfortunately slow down your app. So we're going to click into the picture. We'll take the picture and we'll choose to use the photo. Now it's going to ask me if specimen was found. In this example, I'll say yes. And then now it's going to ask me to select what type of specimen. So in this example, let's say we found one frozen. So I'll click into the frozen and I'm going to enter in one frozen here. And then we'll say we also have two room temps. So 2. Now at the very bottom, it's going to ask me to enter in the total. Currently, this is not automatic. This is something we have to enter in. So we picked up one frozen earlier. We've got 2 room temps and we have 3 total as a result. Now it's going to ask me if I had any supplies to deliver to this account. And if we say yes, it will again ask us to scan the barcode for the supply. But in this example, we'll say no, we don't have any barcode, any supplies to deliver. We'll say no. We can add any comments we need to. We can say things like needs a new barcode. Maybe the current one is faded or dirty. And then we can again sign off with our signature here and click submit. Great. Again, you can see that green check mark next to the pickup form. And if I scroll up now with that pickup form completed, I can complete my stop and I'll get a green check mark next to that job. Perfect. So what we'll then do next is we'll show you how to fill out a box pickup that's empty. So just a little bit different. So again, I'm going to click into the job when I'm making my way there. As I'm driving, since I'm going to be driving there, right before I start driving, I'll click en route. And then once I arrive right in front of the account, maybe right in front of the box, I'll click on site here. So again, we'll go through the same steps. We're going to choose to fill out a pickup form. Again, it's going to ask us to verify the location. We have it verified. We arrived within the time. Does this stop have a barcode? We'll say yes. We'll scan the barcode. So in this example, it's a box. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for that barcode here. And there we go. I scanned it. It's going to ask me to take a picture of the barcode. I'm going to use that photo. And in this example, we'll say no specimens were found, and then it will ask us to confirm if this is a box pickup. If we say yes, we're going to take a picture of the empty box. It's going to require us to take that. But if we say no, it's going to ask us to get a person's name. So in this example, we'll say it's a box, and we're going to take a picture of the empty box. So I'm going to take a picture of the empty box, and I'm going to use the photo. Again, it will ask us if we had any supplies. We'll say no. We can add any comments, and we can sign off here. Great. So once that loads, you see we got the green check mark again. We'll go ahead and we'll complete this stop. And now you see we've got 3 completed stops. And what we'll then show you now is how you can refresh your jobs list in order to get any on-calls in the system. So what we mean by that is if you leave your jobs page here like this, and you don't do anything, sometimes you won't get the on-call in. There's no push notification or ring to let you know that the on-call was added to your stop. So out of habit, we recommend you every time you do something on this phone, every now and again, you pull your job menu down to refresh your jobs page. So now everything is up to date. In this example, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add an on-call to myself. So now I just added it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh my jobs page. And then when I refresh, you'll see that new on-call was coming in. So I pull down, and now it says I got a new stop added on my list. If I click view job, that is my on-call here. You see that's the on-call box in this example. So we'll go ahead and we'll go back to our jobs page. And then now you can see I've got that on-call on my list. What I'll do now is let's say, hey, maybe dispatch calls me and they say, oh, that's actually for somebody else. We took it off your route. Great. Once they take it off my route, I again pull down my jobs page, and now it's off my route. It's completed. It was removed, and all my data is up to date. The next thing we want to show you is we'll show you how to fill out the transfer form. So when I click here into transfer, I'll say again, I'm on my way to the transfer stop. Once I arrive to the transfer stop, I'll click on site. And from there, I'll go down and I'll look for the transfer form and I'll fill that out. I click in the transfer form, it's going to ask me to verify the location. I just have to simply click. Then I have to check off this box. And then now it's going to ask me if I am receiving specimen or dropping off. In this example, we can say we are dropping off, and then it's going to ask us to check if our vehicle is free of specimen. Now, if I clicked on receiving, it will also ask me as well as if the vehicle is free of samples. So let's go back and let's say we're dropping off. We're going to say yes, the vehicle is free of samples. Now it's going to say, are my coolers empty? And I say yes, and it's going to ask me to take a picture of every cooler as well as my front and back seat. And again, this is just to protect you and to let so we have a record and say, hey, no, this driver did his job. He dropped off everything. So I click into picture 1. I take a picture of my first cooler. I go to picture 2, my second cooler. Picture 3, which could be my frozen cooler. And then I'll take a picture of my front seat here. And I'll take a picture of my back seat. Again, we can add any comments we want to. If not, we can simply sign off. So I'm going to click submit. And now I got the green check mark and I'm going to complete this stop. That's great. We completed our transfer. And now we're going to complete our last stop, which is the depot, and we're going to end our route. So I'm going to click into the depot. Again, in this example, I can say I'm on site because it's the same location as my transfer. I'm going to scroll down and now I'm going to do my vehicle safety check. And if I'm ending my day, I have to make sure I say no to starting my day. So I'm going to say no, I'm ending. It's going to ask me if the vehicle is free of samples. I'll say yes. Any comments we need to add, we can certainly do so. Then it's going to ask if we had any damage to the vehicle. We can say no. But if we had said yes, it would ask you what happened and you can report in those details. This example will go back to no, and now we'll sign off and submit. Now I'll click completed on the stop. And now you can see, and I'll go ahead and I'll complete my driver break here. So I'll click in the driver break. I'll say I'm on site. And then I'll say I completed my break. So I completed my break. And what I want to do now is I want to end my route. I've got green check marks next to everything. This looks awesome. I'm going to go ahead and in order to end my route, I'm going to go back to the home page. So at the very top left, I click home. I'm at the main menu. And then to the bottom right, I click the power button and I log out. And that's it. I'm done for the day. I did my route. I got the green check marks and I made sure to fill out the jobs on the correct date, as well as clicking when I'm en route to a stop, when I arrive to a stop, and when I complete a stop. That's the basics for how to work this application. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk soon.